Originally from England, now residing in Melbourne, Brixton Alley were nice enough to come to Mum's Garage studio and play a few songs for us. We would like to officially welcome Jonny, Ben and Alex to the Mum's Garage studio. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys.
Thanks so much for having us, man.
Yeah.
Anytime.
We just said exactly the same thing. That was good.
Yeah, very good.
Perfect.
All those rehearsals have paid off.
Now, you released your Nevermore EP in, was it March of 2020 at the ESPY in Melbourne.
Right. Yeah.
Literally the day after the world goes into lockdown.
Yeah. We are solely responsible for the COVID lockdown in Melbourne. No, we're not. But yeah, that happened.
Can you go into how moving from England to Australia as an international artist, how COVID has affected your career path?
Yeah, I guess we spent like 6 months in lockdown in Melbourne, and then it forced us to kind of get creative and look for other opportunities. And that's kind of how we ended up in Brisbane, really. Just Queensland was open and there was an opportunity to move, so we took it and came up here towards the tail end of last year. And touch wood, haven't looked back since. So.
Unfortunately for us, there weren't any other international acts in Australia because of all the restrictions and things and COVID. So we were here a few months before it all happened, and we were stuck here. So we were like, people are kind of into it because it's something new. So
I would say that's fortunate, not unfortunate.
Oh no, yeah. Fortunately for us,
being one of the only international acts in Australia right now.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And today you covered Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People, which the other week has celebrated its 10-year anniversary. Absolutely fantastic album.
Yeah.
So very timely for that one.
Yeah.
When I saw you at Thirsty Chiefs the first time, you dropped that Eminem verse in the middle of the song. At first I was like, oh, okay, Pumped Up Kicks, it's been covered about as much as Wonderwall at this point. But I was really excited to see you guys bring something else to it. It really came out of left field.
Yeah.
I created a monster because nobody wants to see Martian no more. They want shitty and chopped liver. Well, if you want shitty, this is what I'll give you. I'm lit up in a week because I'm hard because I'm
Where did the inspiration for bringing that together come from?
I think in terms of covers and stuff, we like doing covers. We like doing things that are a little bit different. So we always try and we've done a few mashups in the past, taking a song and I don't know. I grew up on Eminem when I was younger, so I just kind of heard that kind of second verse. I was like, I reckon this could fit in there, and we tried. It was like, that's sick. Let's do that as a cover and play it live. So we try and do covers that aren't, especially with songs that aren't rock songs or punk songs that are kind of chartier kind of songs are more popular, and try and put a twist on them to do our kind of thing.
And in January 2021, you released your latest EP, 303. Literally the same day that it came out, Brisbane went into lockdown again. So I gotta say, if you're planning to drop any more music, please warn us first. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Businesses and
Where does the name 303 come from?
Alex is 303 years old, so that's
true.
Also why.
Still going strong, mate.
You're looking pretty good for a vampire.
Thanks, mate.
When we first moved over, Jonny and I were living in a flat, it's number 303, and we, through lockdown, would just have parties and turned it into Club 303.
Yeah, wrote music and that was our whole life for a number of months, just being inside that flat. So it seemed pretty fitting to call it that.
Now the name Brixton Alley, where does that come from? Is it a real place?
No. Well, there's many alleyways down in Brixton, which you probably wouldn't want to go down. Yeah. But it comes from a song called Simple Sally, which we had before we played our first ever show. Mm-hmm. And we needed a name, and we were trying to think of a name, and it's a line in that song. So we thought, what about Brixton Alley? And then we agreed.
It's stuck, yeah.
We've been Brixton Alley, and this song is called Simple Sally. Simple Sally, I've just been paid and I'm stood down Brixton Alley. I'll be there from 10 till 2. Let's add one more to my tally.
And how would you describe your music to someone who's never heard you before?
I don't know. Like, this is something that
Yeah.
we've thought about a few times. We've probably been asked a few times as well. Like, we've definitely got like influences of like punk, definitely, and like indie from like old school Arctic Monkeys, like all those kind of things that we like were brought up on. So I'd probably say like indie punk's probably like the best kind of description we can put on it. But having said that, I don't know. We had a few different bits in there. We try not to stay in the boundaries of like a specific genre, but yeah, indie punk if you're into it. Brixton Alley.
Good stuff. And the sound of Brixton Alley is most inspired by who?
Oh, good question.
Well,
That's a great question.
we grew up really listening to punk and, well, Green Day and The Offspring and people like that. And then I guess we listen to now Highly Suspect, all of like the bands that we all three of us listen to, kind of Catfish and Highly Suspect and like early Arctic Monkeys and stuff.
There's loads.
I don't know.
Yeah,
If there's
So
like,
many. Well, you know what it's like being anything to do with music. Like you hear something, you're like, oh, that's cool, and then like you subconsciously remember it, and it finds a way into a song that you have, and you think, oh, that part would fit in there, and it's always like a big plug-in system where it's like, we'll put this here and take that from the bank of guitar riffs that we've got and put it in there, and it's like,
For better or for worse, it just kind of comes from everywhere.
yeah,
It comes together.
like you said, Jen, it's subconscious. I think like it's probably more subconscious than anything. We don't say, oh, let's try and write a song like these guys, but then we might listen to a song and go, oh, that sounds a bit like so and so. And then Jonny has a complex where every time he writes a guitar riff, he comes to us and he's like, is this already a song? So he's terrified
every
he's going
time.
to copy something.
I write something like, is this already a riff, or like, is this already a song? I'm
It
just
gets like that, hey. Music copyright is a bit of a grey area, you know.
Well, I don't know if it's just because like you've have it in your head for so long and it goes unused. You're just used to hearing that in your head for so long that when it comes time to put it into a song, you're like, I've heard this so many times before. Like, is this like a Scissor Sisters riff or something? No, it's not. It's just like in your head.
Underrated or overrated England?
Underrated.
Yeah.
Might be a little biased, but okay.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't really
I
drink
think-
warm beer. It's a myth.
I think
beer is cold.
I think some of it's overrated. I think a lot of people just think of England as London.
Yeah.
And London's overrated.
Yeah.
The rest of England is lovely, and there's so many nice places.
Yeah,
that
so
are
many
definitely
beautiful
underrated.
places. Like real good, like winter food and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you like
Christmas
jellied
time.
eel?
Jellied eel? I've never had it.
You've never had it?
No.
Okay.
That's proper East London, like pie and mash and jellied eels,
Okay.
mate. Like Marty Boosh.
Jellied eels, as in like actual eels.
Yeah,
Eels
like
up inside, yeah.
Eels,
Yeah.
boy.
Nah.
You don't know about that?
Nah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's
Here we go.
pretty
I'm a fraud.
I don't think I've ever eaten it.
So you boys are from the English countryside, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Where exactly are you from?
So I'm from Stratford-upon-Avon,
Home
where
of William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare was born.
There you go.
And so yeah, kind of like countryside-ish, like a little town like south of Birmingham. And then these
We're
are
real country.
Cotswold
In
boys.
the Cotswolds, where there's more sheep than people, and everyone has 6 thumbs. And
But we're all kind of out of it in
Yeah.
terms of like away from the cities and stuff. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Lovely place, though.
moving over here though is the first time you boys have really lived in
Yeah.
the city, isn't it? Like when we moved
Big
to
city
Melbourne.
life.
Yeah.
So how does Edgar Allan Poe tie into the Nevermore EP title?
yeah,
That's
Do you know what?
Kind of is the Simpsons. Well, yeah.
So nothing to do with it.
Okay, good. Because
all.
the Simpsons reference is my extensive knowledge of Edgar Allan Poe.
Quoth the raven.
Nevermore.
So what happened was we were writing this EP, right, and we spent loads of time like at our home studio writing these tracks and things, and we went and like picked up some beers from Aldi back home, and Ben has a habit of like
Sorry, did you say Aldi?
yeah.
Do they sell beer at Aldi?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
England?
You buy.
Oh yeah,
any
the
alcohol
supermarkets, any supermarkets, they all sell like beer and stuff. Like
That's true.
Yeah,
Spirits,
£3, no,
wine,
£2.70, £3 for 6 beers.
yeah. So,
£3.
yeah, so that'd be about $7.
Holy
Six
shit.
Just under, yes, yeah, $6 even. Yeah.
See, England is underrated.
Yeah. So we went and got these beers from Aldi, right? And
Yeah.
Ben has this habit of like anywhere he'll go, he'll see something stupid and like he'll just want to buy it and like just put it in the shopping trolley or whatever. And it was around the time of Halloween, and they had all these like Halloween gifts and whatever. And there was this bird in a cage that he put in the trolley. It's like, oh, we can take it back and like put it up in the studio. And so we took it back in the studio, and it's got this button on it that when you press it, it goes. Nevermore. Nevermore. And like it just goes off for like 30 seconds, and he just
Jesus.
kept pressing this button. And I think that was just like ingrained in us so much, like we couldn't call it anything else. Other than this bird that was in a cage, and it was just like a skeletal bird. It was actually really cool. We still got it. But yeah, it basically came from that.
And it
And
kind
there
of
it is.
worked with like the whole idea of like the bird cage and like wanting to break out of a small town,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
what it was all about, really.
Yeah,
that
so
whole
it
EP.
did tie in well. But well, good purchase, by the way. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, good.
Good
See,
shopping.
you-
Good
look at you
shopping.
mocking me as I was walking out.
Done the special buys.
Please, this punch.
Underrated or overrated 2020?
I don't think was it even rated.
Underrated, I reckon.
You think so? Well,
I
you,
think-
you guys had a pretty good
We had a
year.
great.
Yeah,
We
I
had
think
a-
it depends what your situation was. Really.
Yeah.
We had
We moved to Brisbane.
Yeah, for us, it was a really good year for a lot of the stuff that came out of it. For us was really good, and also, like, obviously, like worldwide, it's a terrible thing that happened. Like, we lost so many people. Like, I would never thought I would have ever have like experienced or lived through something like that. Like, it was like just such a surreal kind of change, like having lockdowns and like in Melbourne having curfews where you couldn't be out of your house after 8 p.m. It was just unfathomable that would like ever happen. But for us to be able to have as a band that kind of break in the system to kind of step back from what we'd done and have a think about what we really want to do next, that like you rarely get an opportunity where you're forced to not do anything.
Yeah.
You can take a break and you can like do it on your own accord, but when you literally can't go out and play gigs and you can't make music and all this kind of stuff, or can't record music rather, it gives you a real good opportunity to have a look at the bigger picture, and that worked out I think real well for us in 2020.
A blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the final underrated, overrated, the Brisbane music scene.
Underrated.
So underrated.
underrated.
So
I'm with you on this one.
underrated.
Completely.
Man,
It's so good.
oh, we
It's
came
so good.
we came to Brisbane really to escape lockdown in Melbourne. Yeah, so we weren't expecting anything of it. We wouldn't have come to Brisbane in 2020 if
We might not have come to Brisbane at all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it just wasn't really
Not on the radar.
That's how underrated it is. We were in Melbourne, and all you ever get told is like Melbourne, like maybe Sydney. Brisbane kind of just gets left out of the equation, really, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And like when we came up here, we literally knew no one. We did hotel quarantine in 3 separate hotel rooms. Walked out onto the streets of Brisbane, and we're like, right, what do we do now? And then by the time we left, like 3 months later, we played 4 sold-out shows in the city, and it was just like, that's just the power, I think, of the music scene here. Is it's an incredible community, and
Yeah, definitely.
everyone just wants to help you out and get involved, and yeah, we absolutely love it up here. We've been so happy to be back. We've been back up here for about 2 weeks now. We came back up at the beginning of the month as well. We love coming back up here, catching up with everybody, and hopefully we can keep doing it.
Yeah, massively, massively underrated.
Yeah.
And since you've been back in Brisbane, you've played at Rick's, elsewhere, and recently King's Theatre in Warwick at the Interstellar
yeah.
Music launch party.
Yeah.
I was there and it was a fantastic show. I don't know if it was because I was friends with everybody and I got to go backstage, but that was definitely my favourite gig of the year so far.
That was
amazing.
wild.
Yeah, it
that
was
show. Like Callum and like Interstellar did an amazing job putting that on. Like we were told like it was kind of in the middle of nowhere and it was at an RSL club and like it was, you know, it was planned to a certain extent, but you never know what to expect like with those type of things. And like all the bands were like, everyone slayed it that night as well. It was so good for music, and I think like Warwick is probably still recovering from that from that gig. Like it was awesome. But yeah, agree, 100% up there with like probably one of the best gigs that like we've played whilst we've been in Australia.
Oh,
I reckon.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Callum from
Yeah.
Interstellar Music and Thirsty Chiefs. He throws a sick party.
Yeah. Definitely.
This guy's also called Callum. So this is what we call an old-fashioned down-off for the title of the name Callum. And whoever finishes second has to, I don't know, change their second name to Brixton Alley. 3, 2, 1, I think he's wearing most of it. and gentlemen, column number 2, let's hear it.
And Johnny, today I have a gift for you, my friend.
For me?
Yeah, I have a limited edition vinyl from one of Brisbane's finest bands. The new Violent Soho, Everything
No
is
way.
A-OK, on limited edition splatter vinyl.
Oh my god.
What? That's
That is
insane.
insane.
Now, pressing's only available through the limited edition pre-order, so I think it's one of 500. So
What?
I know you guys are fans
I'm literally
of Soho.
blown away. That is amazing.
Mate, you're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god. That's
That's
insane.
so cool.
That's not staying with you for long, by the way.
This
That
is-
is insane.
And you know what? We're actually staying at the moment with a couple of friends of ours, and they've got a record player. So we'll put this on
Tonight.
tonight.
we're gonna listen to
Thank
this
you
now.
so much. That is amazing.
No worries, mate.
We're
Hope you
genuinely blown
enjoy.
away by that.
But we met you
insane.
at the Total Bass gig, didn't we?
Yes.
So Luke
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Soho.
Soho. So we played with them. We opened the show for them, and then that's
Absolute
where we met,
cracker
and it
of a
was
show.
So much fun,
That was so
man.
good.
They're such Luke was a legend. Such a nice
Oh
man.
man.
That is
That's
insane.
mate, that's so kind of you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're
so
huge
much.
fans of Violent Soho here,
Yeah.
and of Brixton Alley, so
Yeah.
it's really serendipitous to bring those two together.
That is incredible.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. I can't
That's
believe.
fucking awesome.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Legend.
Give that one a spin when you get home.
Yeah,
mate.
definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
Go grab a Mackey's on the way home, a couple of beers, and
Absolutely right. We're gonna do that. What?
Sweet.
Amazing.
And quick self plug, we chucked a few stickers in there for you.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
covers and
legend.
chrome
covers
stickers.
and chrome stickers.
So
Need
Perfect.
some.
do me a solid, go back to Melbourne and just fucking spam them because I'm not planning to go
100%.
there anytime soon.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
will
well,
definitely
absolutely.
do that.
Thank you.
Definitely do
Well, we'll
that
take
for
them
you.
down to elsewhere at the weekend. As
Yeah.
well.
Yes. Good stuff. Now, if you guys could score any TV show, film, or video game, what would you pick?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. As in, like, what would we want to be on? Have a
No,
Brixton
no,
Alley?
right.
No.
Write
If
the
you were
music
to
for-
write the music
Oh,
or
100%.
license the music,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine would be great.
what would you put on there? Would you put some like East Coast hip hop or maybe some Nas or some Beastie Boys?
Yeah, just saying real Jake Peralta.
When Taylor Swift. all
Yeah,
the time.
maybe just like a mashup of maybe just like a minute and a half of as many genres you can get into a minute and a half.
That's what Jake Peralta would do.
That's exactly what Jake Peralta would do. We can have like swing and hip hop
Yeah,
and
yeah,
punk and
It's like his first dance for his wedding.
Yeah.
If you could score that scene.
And it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect.
Two days never wrong.
What's your favourite venue to play in Southeast Queensland?
Vinny's.
yeah,
the
Vinny's
Gold
is
Coast.
sick, man.
Shout out
Vinny's
Vinny's.
is
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Yep.
Every
Unreal.
time we've played there, it's just been an absolute sweatbox, which is our like ideal kind of venue.
Yeah.
Everyone that works there just goes above and beyond to make sure that the bands like feel at home. And yeah, we haven't seen or played like
Yeah.
a bad show there. Like that's our
Obviously
definitely our
Thirsty
favourite.
Chiefs with Callum, but
Oh, yeah,
Vinny's
yeah,
as like
Yeah.
a
Well, yeah, we
like
love
a
Thirsty Chiefs.
Oh yeah,
music,
Thirsty
as
Chiefs
a
is
music
amazing as well.
venue, like dive bar, Vinny's is just unreal.
Yeah, yeah.
And who's your favourite live act from Southeast Queensland?
Oh, I mean, there's some
Oh,
like
mate, Annoying Neighbours are so good
Yeah.
live.
Yeah,
that's
how
sick.
good.
They are
That's sick.
so good.
That's sick.
So good.
Yeah.
Gotta be. It's for what we've seen. I mean, I've seen videos of. I'd love to see Dream Rats, but
Yeah,
But-
June Rats are great.
yeah,
we've
we
never
haven't
seen them.
seen
So,
them live. So.
Annoying Neighbours.
Yeah.
I'd say.
What's the meaning of life according to Brixton Alley?
Don't do it.
Me and life according to
You're in the
Brixton Alley.
27 club this year, mate. You
Yeah, I
will.
know.
Don't be having any
be
white
careful.
lighters in your pocket,
know,
Benny.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, we usually have something pretty whimsical and funny to say, but
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know, don't take yourself too seriously, and like you can achieve so much, I think, if you're willing to like give it a go. So I think
Yeah.
if you've got like a dream or a vision or something, you should really just try and put as much as you can or everything into it, and
Yeah, yeah.
just don't stop till you get there, really, because it will pay off in the end, I think.
Well, yeah, and I
nice.
think especially after the last year, like,
Yeah.
you just realise how fickle everything is, how short life can be. Like, just do it, enjoy it at the time, and then worst case scenario, you've got some amazing memories. Like, if it
Yeah,
all goes
yeah,
tits
exactly.
up, so.
And be nice and don't think about the future or the
Yeah.
past too much.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to our very last question of the interview, is there anyone that you'd like to give a quick shout out to? Maybe your family back home or someone you've been working with?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we've got to say thanks to everyone who's put us up.
Oh
Since
yeah,
we've been
everyone,
up
yeah.
here. So we've got
Billy from Mr. Sister, who are an awesome band that
great
you should
band.
check out. BC, yeah.
We've got
you can
Jody and Craig, who
Jody
just
and
put us up.
Craig.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Callum, Thirsty Chiefs,
Yeah.
always make us feel welcome. Like we had the best
Oh,
time
yeah.
there and drank a lot of beers.
Yeah, every band that we've played with here as well.
Yeah.
Like
Valleys,
it's been awesome.
Annoying Neighbours, V
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
You,
Ramos.
obviously Scott, you for having us on tonight.
Too kind, mate. Thank you.
And and anyone who listens to our music and likes it, and who have
Obviously
kind of
family back home.
followed us on our journey. Yeah, hi family. Yeah, just thanks for helping us be able to do what we love, which is to make music and shoot water pistols full of beer on stage at people.
Yeah. I had a right old time shooting Benny with the water pistol.
were absolutely killing that.
Yeah.
It looks so
Yeah,
cool as well.
sniper from the
It looks
side.
so cool.
I'll chuck in some footage of that right now.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that you're moving back to Melbourne to reside permanently very shortly. What can Melbourne or the world at large expect from Brixton Alley very soon?
In the next couple of months, we'll have some new music for you and just a load of gigs, really, I think. We're just going to kind of really hit the ground running and get out and play as many shows as we can. And
Gonna go up to the snow,
yeah, we're
carve
going
the slopes, play some gigs.
We realised today actually we'll be coming up to our 50th show in Australia soon.
Yeah, so,
50th.
yeah.
Considering we've spent 6-7 months in lockdown.
Yeah.
So
Dude, you guys are grinding. I had no idea it was that
Yeah.
many.
So we're gonna.
46
I reckon we're gonna
something.
throw some mental like 50th show
yeah,
party, and
Yeah.
Maybe we should come up here. And
maybe we
play
should come up here and do it.
I think you
Vinny's or
definitely
Thirsty
should do
Chiefs,
that.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be
Thirsty
cool.
Chiefs headlining show. That would be epic.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Get on it, Callum.
If you're watching this, make it happen. Well, Brixton Alley, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Brisbane welcomes you with open arms at any time. I'm your host, Scott Bars. Get up and fuck. We'll see you next time. That's us, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's so
fucking
legendary.
kind.
Oh, really appreciate that as well.
That's a good time.
so much.
That's insane.
Thank you so much.
I hope you've got one of those yourself.
There's you in your dogma and sipping from the champagne flute. And I've been here for an hour to so hour view. I've been in my room. There are so serious all the time. You think you are? I feel because there are so serious all the time. Let's ditch this place and roll around in foot straight line.